Welcome guys and girls to another honest smartphone review with strong German accent. This time we are going to have a look at the very big phone, and this phone is the Vivo X Note. Most of you will probably already know that this smartphone has a high-end chipset and a very big 7-inch Quad HD screen with 120 Hz, but the smartphone is also equipped with a very good camera. And now we are going to have a look at the video capabilities of this smartphone. We are going to check out all the different lenses and also have a look at the different resolutions, and then we will get to a verdict and see if this smartphone is good for recording videos or maybe not. So let's go! We start our review by having a look at the main camera. It's a Samsung GN1 sensor, and it's a high-end sensor built on top of Vivo's gimbal OIS system. As we can see, we get strong colors, very punchy colors. Vivo sticks to a pretty vivid look rather than a natural look. You can like this, or you can prefer the natural colors which you get from some other smartphones, but definitely I would say it looks pleasant. So of course the camera has a good working autofocus. It's very fast and accurate, so no complaints here. And also I would say this camera has a very good dynamic. So the sky is very bright in the background, and you can even see the clouds around the sun, so without the sky burning out or everything else getting too dark. So I would say a really good dynamic range that we get here. The stabilization is done by software, and it's also done by the hardware. So optical image stabilization and electronic image stabilization. It's working well. I would say it's probably about as good as with other high-end smartphones, but it's not something that's working better here on the Vivo X Note. Also, there is a problem with the electronic image stabilization, which leads to small faults in the background, mostly in the background. You see that some objects are moving, steady objects are moving from time to time, and this is because the EIS, I don't know, doesn't do everything correctly. I'm not sure if you see it in this video. If not, I will insert another video and show you the points where you have those image errors. And yeah, that's pretty sad. Apart from that, the image quality is stunning. It's very nice. And of course, we can also do 60 FPS recordings in 4K quality. We'll do that now. So here we go. This is 4K 60 FPS. In these recordings, I saw that there are no moving objects in the background, so this is working better. I'm not sure what's the reason for that. Maybe it's because of the electronic stabilization not working too much in this mode. And you can also see that the videos are a little bit more shaky than the 30 FPS recordings in 4K quality. But apart from that, the quality is nice. You get a lot of details, very vivid colors, and also a usable stabilization. Yes, I would say an average stabilization. Focus is also working fine in 4K 60 FPS quality, and I have no complaints here. And I would even say I'd always use 4K 60 FPS because the 30 FPS mode has some problems. Yes, let's say it like this. Something that's a little bit sad is that it's not possible to switch between the lenses during the recordings in 4K resolution. So this is only possible in full HD. And for that reason, we are going to pause the video now and start a new one with the ultra-wide angle camera. So this is a video with the ultra-wide angle camera. Sony IMX598. It's a very good sensor for an ultra-wide angle camera. And this camera is not built on top of the gimbal OIS system, so we get only the stabilization via the software. And in the last video I made, I also saw that there were some little image errors, like moving objects in the background. I'm not sure, again, because I don't see it on the small smartphone display, if this is the case in this video. So if not, I will insert a sample of the video I made before. Apart from that, the quality is really nice. So only small distortion at the edges, a lot of detail for an ultra-wide angle camera. The color reproduction is similar to the main camera, which is in general a nice thing, because yeah, the recordings won't look too different. And also this camera has an autofocus. How cool is that? So you can go very near to objects and get a macro-like look in your recordings. And the focus is also working really nice and fast. So no problems there. The dynamic is not as good as with the Samsung GN1 sensor, but still it's a nice and good dynamic. And also in difficult light conditionings like here, it doesn't struggle too much. This is now a video in 4K 60 FPS with the ultra-wide angle camera. And as you can see, the stabilization, or I don't know what, removed a lot of details. So the image quality actually is not as nice as it was with 4K 30 FPS. Of course, the dynamic stays the same, also the colors stay the same, but the details look washed out. And also if you have some movements in the video, it looks like the image is distorting. So yes, I would also rate this as unusable. So finally, we are in full HD mode. Unfortunately, it is only possible to switch between the lenses in full HD mode, because Vivo just doesn't allow that for 4K. And I think that's very sad, because if I buy a smartphone in this price range, I want to make nearly only 4K videos, and I want to use the cameras and switch between the cameras while making the recording in the high resolution, which is not possible. But we can at least do it in full HD mode. So as you can see here, I switched to the ultra-wide angle camera, and what's also visible is how nice the colors are matching of those two cameras. It's nearly identical, and this gives you, yeah, the possibility to switch and have it look natural. And also we can have a look at the zoom cameras now. So this is the main camera, and now we approach 2 times optical zoom. That's it. Now we are at 2 times, and the smartphone will use the so-called portrait camera. Unfortunately, those videos are just completely unusable. Yeah, I don't have to explain anything. They are shaky, and I have a very calm hand, so I'm not shaking. And yeah, you just can't use it because it's shaking. I can even hold the phone with 2 hands. I would guess you can even probably place the phone on a steady ground and it will still shake. So that's absolutely unusable. And let's go further to the periscope camera with 5 times optical zoom, and it will switch now. Yes, it switched. And this camera is built with an optical image stabilization, so as you can see, yeah, it's not shaking like the other one. It's better. It's definitely better. And those videos are usable. Also here I would say Vivo has kept the color reproduction pretty similar to the main camera and ultra-wide angle camera. The contrast is not really that good, and yeah, so that's like a little difference between the image quality of the zoom camera and the other ones, but apart from that the quality is nice, and you can even go further than 5 times optical zoom. Like now we are at 10 times. Even in this zoom the videos are usable. It's not the best image quality we have seen, but it's definitely a good image quality and it's usable. Alright, here we go. Let's have a look at the selfie camera. The selfie camera can only record in Full HD resolution. Why? It's a high-end smartphone, Vivo, come on. Full HD is the maximum resolution this selfie cam can do, and it's getting even worse. The videos are not stabilized. Why? They are not stabilized. It's not a 150 euro smartphone, come on. Yeah, so that's, yeah, it's shit. Sorry. The image quality apart from that, it's average. I would say the amount of details is okay. It's a full HD video, so not really high resolution. The color reproduction is natural, so I definitely like the color of my skin tone. I think it's like I look. That's good. But the dynamic range is nothing compared to the other cameras. As you can see, the sky is easily blowing out in the background, and yeah, that's about it. So let's get to a verdict. We have image problems, we have problems with the stabilization with the main camera and the ultra-wide angle camera if we record in 4K 30 FPS. We can't switch between the lenses while making video recordings if we are in 4K resolution, and the selfie camera is not stabilized, and the selfie camera is incapable of making 4K videos. You can, however, make 4K 60 FPS videos. You can't switch between the sensors while making these videos, but those videos are working normally, and you get a nice image quality from the main camera and also a nice image quality from the ultra-wide angle camera. But yeah, how do I say it? This smartphone is like $1,000 price tag. Yeah, if I have a look at Samsung, I get everything. I can switch between the lenses, 4K 60 FPS selfie recordings. Same goes for Huawei, and same goes for, I'm not sure if it goes for Xiaomi, but it goes for Apple. Vivo, on the other hand, is definitely missing out on some things here, and I could accept this if this was a smartphone for 500 euros. But if you buy a smartphone for 1000 euros and you want to make videos, then you should get all features, which is not the case here. So I would say this smartphone is far below average for making videos in its price range. Please let me know your thoughts about the Vivo X Note. If you have another opinion, I would be happy to hear it. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like or even subscribe to our YouTube channel. Would be definitely awesome. And I will see you another time soon for another smartphone. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Cheers.